So the question is, why does stewardship matter? I think when we talk about stewardship, we often think of it in terms of dollars and cents, in terms of the budget. And the reality is this year, with new staff and new things going on, the budget's going to be very, very tight. In fact, we may have a deficit budget, which hurts my soul. That's not what I like to do. But that aside, the real conversation around stewardship should be a spiritual one. In our society, where we're so blessed with a material abundance, stewardship, I think, is one of, if not the most important conversation we need to be having, because we've been gifted a tremendous amount. Now, when I say gifted, sometimes we want to talk about, well, I've earned what I have. I've worked hard, I've saved, I've made good decisions, and all that's true. But my response to that would be, that's what we're supposed to do with the gifts we receive. We're supposed to steward them well. And then we are supposed to share those gifts with others. We're supposed to make a difference in the kingdom of God with the gifts that we've received. When I think about being gifted, I look at my own life, and I've been very fortunate. And it starts with life itself. Life is a gift. And then I think about my parents and the gifts that I received there. I grew up in a home where I was taught the importance of decision making, the importance of working hard, of saving. And all of those things have contributed to the person that I am. That's all a gift. I didn't do anything to earn that. I certainly didn't deserve it, but I received it. And in the same way, much of our life is a gift from God. And so when we think of it in terms of giftedness, that we have been gifted these things, it should change the way we see stewardship. It should cause us to want to share what we've received. So when you talk about tithing, for some people that's going to be enough. For others, they might need to do more. For others, maybe less, depending on your situation. But the point is, it should be a wrestling. It shouldn't be an easy answer. We shouldn't look at it and say, oh, well, I'll just write this check for $500 and not worry about it. We should constantly be wrestling with, am I using the gifts I've received to further the kingdom of God? Am I doing what God has called me to do? So during this stewardship season, what I hope is that you will wrestle with it, that you will have conversations with God through prayer, through study, and you will look at really, really intently what you're giving, what you're doing with your time and talent, and that you will think about ways that you can improve, and that you will try to listen to God's call for your life. Because at the end of the day, how we spend our money, how we spend our time, says a lot about what matters to us. It says a lot about our priorities and where our heart is. So I hope that God is in your heart, that He is speaking to you, and that I hope you will listen.